Part 2, relative clauses with when, where, whose, and why. Hello and welcome to English Speaking 360. Relative clauses are super useful. Why are they so useful? Let me give you an example. The beach was beautiful. I spent a week on that beach. Now, if we try to put them together, it would give the beach where I spent a week was beautiful. Where I spent a week is a relative clause, and we use relative clauses to give more information about nouns. In this case, the noun is the beach, so the beach where I spent a week. It's also useful to combine two sentences into one single sentence, and at the same time, it helps you make more complex sentences. Many relative pronouns can be used to make relative clauses. You have a list right here. Now, in this video, which is part 2, we're going to focus on the 4 last ones. If you're interested in the other ones, go back to part 1. This was my last video, and I also explained them very well. Let's get started. We use when to talk about time. So, here's an example. The day was hectic. Hectic means very, very busy. And here's extra information. We moved to our new house on that day. Now, if you want to merge the two sentences into one single sentence, you would say, the day when we moved to our new house was hectic. Practice makes perfect. Let's give it a try. The day will always be special to me. We first met on that day. Whoa, what a romantic person. Now put them together and the answer is, the day when we first met will always be special to me. What a great thing to say to your boyfriend or your girlfriend. Number 2, the year was one of the best of my life. Extra information, I graduated from college that year. Think about it. You ready? The year when I graduated from college was the best of my life. Here's something you must know. You can omit when. You can remove it. So the first example would become, the day we first met will always be special to me. So you can have it or not have it, and it's the same sentence. By removing the when, it becomes a reduced relative clause. Example 2. The year I graduated from college was the best of my life is also an excellent sentence. Relative clauses with where. Where is used for places. Here's an example. The restaurant is around here. I lost my phone at that restaurant. Now try to merge the two sentences. And the answer is, the restaurant where I lost my phone is around here. Let's practice to understand better. The office is downtown. She works at that office. You ready? Let's merge the two sentences into one. The office where she works is downtown. Example 2. The village is very small. My grandparents live in that village. Think about it. If you need extra time, don't be afraid to pause the video. The answer is, the village where my grandparents live is very small. Now be careful here because we don't usually omit where, but you can. Now be careful, okay, and listen very well because this is a little bit tricky. If you want to remove it, the office she works is downtown doesn't make sense. Now, if you want it to make sense when you remove where, you're going to need to add something. You need to add a preposition. The office she works at is downtown. Then it makes sense. But watch out. You cannot say the office where she works at is downtown. It's a little bit awkward. Okay? Example 2. The village my grandparents live is very small. Doesn't make sense. But once again, you see that in the extra information, I have underlined in. In is your preposition, so you can add in. The village my grandparents live in is very small. That makes sense, but it's a little bit challenging, so if I were you, I would just keep the where and don't add a preposition. Relative clauses with whose. Whose is used for possession. Now, it can be a person's possession, an animal's possession, or a thing's possession. Here's an example. The dog was found. Its collar had a phone number on it. Oh, very cute. You ready? Now let's merge the two sentences into the dog whose collar had a phone number on it was found. I hope you're not tired of practicing. Let's go with one more example. A singer is performing tonight. Her songs are popular. Remember, try to use whose to unite the two sentences. Let's go. A singer whose songs are popular is performing tonight. Example 2. The house was sold. Its windows were broken. Ready? The house whose windows were broken was sold. You can see in example 1 it's someone's possession, a person's possession, and in example 2 is a thing, a house's possession, the house's windows. Be careful here because we never omit whose. You cannot remove whose. A singer, songs are popular, is performing tonight, does not make sense. The house, windows were broken, was sold, doesn't make sense either, so don't touch whose. Relative clauses with why. Why is used for reasons. Here's an example. The reason is that there had been an accident. Extra information, the road was blocked. You ready? Let's put them together into one. The reason why the road was blocked is that there had been an accident. Last practice before the test. Let's go. The main reason was the low pay. He quit his job. Ready? The main reason why he quit his job was the low pay. The reason was to prepare my speech. I came to work early. The reason why I came to work early was to prepare my speech. Now, maybe you wonder, can I remove why? Yes, you can omit why. The main reason he quit his job was the low pay. The reason I came to work early was to prepare my speech. Two perfectly good sentences. Now let's review. When for times, it can be omitted. Where for places cannot be omitted, but I put a question mark here because, as you know, if you add a preposition, then you can omit where. Whose for possession, it cannot be omitted, and why for reasons can be omitted. Now it's quiz time. 10 questions for you. Try to do your best. Let's go. The library is quiet. I study at that library every day. The library where I study every day is quiet. Can you omit the relative pronoun where? No, you can't, but actually you could if you were to add the preposition. The library I study at every day is quiet. Question 2. The winter was the coldest I can remember. We built a snowman that winter. Great memory. Ready? The winter when we built a snowman was the coldest I can remember. Can you remove the relative pronoun when? Yes, you can. The winter we built a snowman was the coldest I can remember. Question 3. The cat is very protective. Her kittens were born last week. Try to put them together into only one sentence, and it gives: the cat whose kittens were born last week is very protective. Can you remove whose? No, you cannot touch it. Question 4. The house needs some repairs. They live in that house. You ready? The house where they live needs some repairs. Can you omit the relative pronoun where? No, you cannot, but you remember, if you do remove it, add a preposition. The house they live in needs some repairs. Question 5. The cause is still unknown. The machine broke down. The answer is, the cause why the machine broke down is still unknown. Can you omit the relative pronoun why? Yes, you can. The cause the machine broke down is still unknown. Question 6. The phone still works perfectly. The screen of that phone is cracked. Okay, now think about it very carefully. Here's the answer. The phone whose screen is cracked still works perfectly. Can you omit the relative pronoun whose? No, you cannot. Question 7. The summer was the hottest on record. We visited Europe that summer. Merge them into one sentence. The summer when we visited Europe was the hottest on record. Can you omit the relative pronoun when? Yes, you can. The summer we visited Europe was the hottest on record. Question 8. The reason is believed to be pollution. The bees are dying. You ready? The reason why the bees are dying is believed to be pollution. Can you omit the relative pronoun why? Yes, you can. The reason the bees are dying is believed to be pollution. Question 9. The man reported the theft to the police. The man's wallet was stolen. You ready? Let's merge the two sentences into this one. The man whose wallet was stolen reported the theft to the police. Can you omit the relative pronoun whose? You cannot touch whose. We never remove whose. Last question, and very difficult question. The man was the thief. I saw that man running away. You ready? Let's put them together into this one. The man whom I saw running away was the thief. You could also say the man who I saw running away, or the man that I saw running away was the thief. Can you omit the relative pronoun? Yes, you can. You can remove whom, you can remove who, and you can remove that. The man I saw running away was the thief. Now, I know, did you notice? The last question was from part 1 of the video. Have you watched part 1 yet of relative clauses? Make sure you do, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.